In this video, you're going to see me attempt this 6x6 puzzle. The 6x6 puzzles are hard. They take some time, they take some patience. You may notice there's erase marks on mine because I actually just made this video and I screwed it up and I realized 3 minutes in that I had made a mistake. So I'm starting fresh. When you do realize you make a mistake, it's kind of hard to find out like where the mistake is and like what the root of it is and what mistakes followed from there. So easier to just start fresh. So I'm going to start with my 3 and my 3 right here that are given to me. Now, here's the key in these 6x6 puzzles. You're not just going to be all like place numbers. Like you're not just going to be all right like 1, 4. Like it's not how it goes. So what you're going to do right now is you're going to look around the puzzle for things with limited possibilities. So here's what I mean. Like, I'm not going to start here. Why? Because subtract to 1 could be 1 and 2, could be 2 and 3, could be 3 and 4, could be 4 and 5, could be 5 and 6. That's crazy. No way we're starting there because there's so many possibilities that like I can't even make any headway there. Whereas here, like, look, there's only 2 numbers that add to 3, right? And that's 1 and 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a little note that this is going to be a 1 and 2. So it's either going to be a 1 and 2 or a 2 and a 1. Do I know the order? I sure don't. So I'm not writing my numbers big. I'm just making little notes to myself. Let's keep looking for situations like that where there's not really many possibilities. Here's another one. Subtract to get 5. I'm only using the numbers 1 through 6, so this can only be 1, 6, and 6, 1. Okay. Now, what I observe here is that look at this column. Like I actually already have a 3 here, and I already have a 1 and a 6 down here. So like what's left in this column? Let's see. So I already have a 1, I don't have a 2, I already have a 3, I don't have a 4, and I don't have a 5, and I already have a 6. So what's left in 1, 2, 3 spots are a 2, 4, and a 5. Now here's the thing, 2 of them have to add to 7. Well, which 2 add to 7? These 2, okay? So this is gonna be either a 2, 5 or a 5, 2. Again, I don't know what order, but look, I just used those 2, and now I know this is a 4, okay? So now I'm thinking to myself, okay, I now know this is a 4, so let's think through if I can figure out anything else. Well, I know that this times this times this is 48. Well, this is already 4, so 12 times 4 is 48. So these 2 boxes right here are gonna multiply to 12. There's some possibilities there. It could be 6 and 2, could be 4 and 3. I'm just going to leave the multiply to 12. I'm making myself as many notes as possible because what I want is that once I figure out a number, I can kind of follow it and see what other impacts it has. Let's find some more. Let's find some more boxes where there's only like 1 or 2 possibilities that I can kind of explore. So one that jumps out to me is this 9. Because remember, I can only use the numbers 1 through 6. So it's not like I can use 8 and 1 and 7 and 2, right? So the only possibilities that add to 9 are 6 and 3 and 5 and 4. The thing is that there's already a 3 right here. So I can't use 6 and 3 right here. So this is going to be 5 and 4 or 4 and 5. Okay, so I have that. Let's see. What are some other possibilities? And again, I'm just making notes to myself and I can feel really slow at the beginning, but I'm going to be patient. And over time, these notes are going to turn into more of these kind of more sure things. Let's see, multiply to 15. What are 3 numbers that multiply to 15? Well, the only way I can multiply to 15 is 5 times 3. And if it's going to be 3 numbers, it's going to be 5 times 3 times 1. So this is going to be 5 times 3 times 1. Okay. And so I observe here, like this 3 divided, that could be 6 divided by 2, right? Or it could also be 3 divided by 1. So I'm not sure which it is, right? Except that here's what I observe. I observe that there's going to be a 1 either here or here. So that's going to take up one of these rows. And then I also observe that I'm going to need a 1 here. So let's say the 1 is here, this one is going to be on the bottom row. And let's say the 1 is here, like this one's going to be in the top row. So I actually can't use a 1 here because I'm already using my 1s for the bottom 2 rows. So this is going to be a 2 and a 6, right? There's no way I could be a 1 and a 3 because I'm already kind of using up my 1 for these bottom 2 rows. And so then once I see that this is 2 and a 6, that's actually going to simplify this a little bit because my possibilities for multiplying to 12 were 2 times 6 and 3 times 4. Now I'm already using 2 and 6. So up here, this must be a 3 and a 4. And I know I can't put a 4 here or a 3 here. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in like that. Okay. So notice my little notes kind of led around in a little circle and got me back to here. All right. Let's see. Let's see what else I can do. Now I notice here in this column, I'm already using a 3 and a 4. And I'm already using a 2 and a 6. So what's left over is a 1 and a 5. So I'm going to put my 1 and 5 here because I know that that's what's going to complete this column. Now, this is, all these numbers are going to multiply to 120. Now, here's the thing. 1 times 5 is only 5. And I'm thinking, ooh, what's 120 divided by 5? Because that's going to need to be a pretty big number here. And it's 24. So these 2 numbers need to multiply to 24. I can only use the numbers 1 through 6. So that has to be a 4 and a 6. Has to be pretty big numbers there. Okay, so now I filled that in. Okay, so I'm starting to make a lot of notes. Now, again, am I filling in a ton of numbers? No, but once I break one number, like let's say, for example, I realize, oh, this is a 5. Well, that's going to say, oh, well, this can't be a 5. That's got to be a 2. Then once I realize this is a 2, right, it's going to like lead to something else. So be patient. Keep making your notes. All right, let's take a look at, where can I go next? Let's look at here. There's some possibilities, right? For divided by 2 could be 6 divided by 3, could be 4 divided by 2, could be 2 divided by 1. Now the thing is, I'm already using a 4 in this row, so it can't be this one. And I'm already using a 3 in this row, so it can't be this one. So it's got to be a 1 and a 2. So I'm going to say 1, 2, and 2, 1. And then I realize, oh, I'm already using a 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these two have to be a 5 and a 6. Okay, I'm still just kind of moving around, looking for a spot to break into. Let's see. Let's look. I'm going to look at this row. I already have a 1 and a 2 here and a 3 and a 4 here. So this is going to be, now look, this is going to be either 5, 6 or 6, 5. But look, oh, I noticed there's already a 5 right here in this column. So this can't be a 5. So I was going to say, oh, this has to be a 5 and a 6. Well, this can't be a 5. So this one's going to be a 6. This one's going to be a 5. Okay, so that's like a little bit of progress, right? Because now I can kind of see, oh, okay. So like, let's come down here, okay, to here, to this one. Now, normally I hate these because there's so many possibilities, 6 and 5, 5 and 4, 4 and 3. But even the fact that this 5 is here means now it can't be 6 and 5 because I can't be a 5. It can't be 5 and 4 because it can't be a 5. So it could be 4 and 3, right? Possibilities 4 and 3, could be 3 and 2, could be 2 and 1. So let's see. I notice over here, like I already have a 1 here and a 1 here, so it's not going to be this one. So it's either going to be 4 and 3 or 3 and 2. So just kind of draw like a little arrow right here. Could be one of those. Again, I'm just still kind of making notes to myself, right? You have to be a little patient on these. Let's look at this one. Divide by 3. So that could be 6 divided by 2, or it could be 3 divided by 1. Okay, now I can't put a 6 right here, right? Because there's already a 6 there. So if I'm going to make it 6 and 2, it could be 6 divided by 2 like that. And I can't put a 3 right there because there's already a 3. So it could be 3 divided by 1 like this. Okay, so that's a possibility. And that, look, those possibilities make sense, right? Because there's a 4 and 5 here, and this can be either a 1 or a 2. So those possibilities kind of make sense. And this tricky one in the middle is kind of throwing me off a little bit, right? Because it could be a 1 and a 2. Could be a 2 and a 4, could be a 3 and a 6. So that one is another one that has kind of a lot of possibilities, and since it's right in the middle, it's a little bit throwing me off, right? That I can't really like figure it out. Okay, but again, let's go to this 3 divided by. Could this be 6 and 2 and a 3 and 1? We have kind of the same situation, right? Which is there's a 3 right here, so it can't be, a 3 can't be there, but it could be 3 and 1 like this. And then for 6 and 2, could it be 6 and 2? Yeah, it could be 6 and 2 or 2 and 6, right? Those are possibilities. Okay, let's see where to go next. So let's just list possibilities here because this one's kind of throwing me off right now because I'm, not able to like fill anything in because this is kind of overlapping with a lot of my boxes right now. Okay, so let's look. So my possibilities would be 1 and 2, and that could go in either order, right? Would be 2 and 4, and that could go in either order. And it could be 3 and 6. Now that can't go in either order. That would have to be the 6 here and the 3 here. Okay, so again, a little bit tricky here. Let's see. Okay, I noticed something. You ready? See my 4 and 6 here? That means there's a 4 and 6 in this column. That means there can't be a 6 right here. So this has to be a 5. This has to be a 6. Okay, now look at the magic of all these notes, right? It seemed really frustrating when I was taking them, but now look. I said this had to be a 1, 3, and 5, but now the 5 can't be here. It has to be here. So that means these two have to be a 1 and a 3. Okay, now here's where it's just going to solve quickly. If this is a 1 and a 3, this can't be a 1. That's going to be a 2 and a 1. Okay. If there's a 1 here, this can't be a 1 and a 2. This can't be a 1 and a 2. If there's a 6 here, this can't be a 6 and a 3. This has to be 2 and 4. Okay, there's already a 6 here. So now look, this has to be the 3 and the 1. That eliminates the 3 here. That eliminates the 1 here. So this has to be 5 and 1. This has to be 2 and 5. Over here, there's a 2 right here, so this can't be 2. This is going to be 6 and 2. So notice how fast it's solving now because I was just patient with my notes. And it just took me that one observation that, oh, there's already a 4 and a 6 here. There can't be a 6 here. So that's the magic of those notes and being patient. Okay. There's a 6 right here. Can't be there. So this has to be a 4 and a 6. Now moving down to the bottom, there's a 5 right here. So this is going to be a 4 and this is going to be a 5. And then let's see, and you see kind of it like sort of solves in sections, right? Like this bottom still is like a little tricky because there's like not much in these rows. That's okay. We're just going to be patient. There's a 2 right here. There can't be a 2 here. This is going to be 4 and 2. Now this 2 comes over here and knocks this possibility off. That's a 6 and a 2. That 6 knocks this possibility off. That's a 1 and a 6. This 1 knocks this possibility off. That's a 3 and a 1. And then what's left in this row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. And look, those subtract to get 1, and I'm done.